what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good morning, America. How are you? I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. It's March 18th, 2025. How are you today? We have a lot going on. The judge is angry. The left is angry. The media, for the most part, angry. Just angry people. You know, the war, I think we're getting close to the war where the media is concerned. Now, CNN is totally fallen apart. I don't know what they're doing over there. They used to have a world news live at 4 a.m. And then at 5 a.m., Casey Hunt would come on, and she would do the 5 to 6 and then to 9 a.m. And they have totally, they're doing reruns of Anderson Cooper at night at 4 a.m. over at CNN. At 5 a.m., Casey Hunt has moved to the middle of the day, special assignments. They've abandoned the morning. They had another lady do it for a couple days. I forget her name. That didn't go very well. This morning, she's not there. And the lady that does the world news roundup is like, okay, I'm here. I really do. There's something over there. There's something over there at CNN. Look for, my guess, some major changes in the coming weeks over there. And then MSNBC. Now, NBC, I don't consider them a network that should be on the air, actually, their news side of that network. But MSNBC, I look for that to be spun off real soon as someone out there that wants a far left network or a network with the structure that they can turn around, whatever. Just something there. I'm your host, BKP. Diane, give me number 97. This is our picture of the morning. How about this, right? How about this? Now, I did not put some pictures together. Good morning, Diane. I did not put some pictures together. How is that for your morning picture? Wow. Men in Black. Give me Number 98, Men in Black. Now, I need to are these DEI hires? Are they? I just want to know. Alert, alarm, FBI taken over by brown people. We got brown people at the FBI. Just saying. James Comey, white as a snowflake, right? Christopher Wray, pretty darn white. Andrew McCabe, remember Andrew McCabe? The white guy, the deputy FBI guy, remember that? FBI got these brown guys. Just saying. DEI hire, right there, you have it. Wow. I mean, I say this jokingly, but I can retire today. You know, I never thought I would live to see this right here. I'm serious. Now, I support this. If you're new to the show, I support this, okay? Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, I'm on board. But I just think this right here, this made my day yesterday, 97. All right? 97. This made my day. Dan Bongino. Is it deputy director? He's the assistant director. It's like Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. Wow. Okay. So take that down. That's over at the FBI. I want you to give me 100. 100 for, well, give me number 100 for 300, Alex. But, you know, I trust. That's big word. I trust Doug Collins. Now, you know, no matter where you're at out there in America or around the world, I know this is a former congressman. I know former Congressman Collins very well. And, you know, he's saying, stop the fake news. Stop scaring my employees and my veterans. So I just wanted to start out this way because we love our veterans here. Young and old, not call you old, but the aging, I don't know, whatever the hell, right? But our veterans out there, and that's the reason I wanted to start here. Please, you are in good hands knowing that Doug Collins is the secretary of the VA. I promise you. We are expanding care and delivering for veterans as a part of the most transparent VA in history. Get used to it. So veterans, the media just wants to use you. They're out there trying to find that one veteran, maybe two, that can't get an appointment in your area, or you had an appointment canceled unbeknownst why, you're trying to get back in, or the lead time, whatever it may be. In 6 weeks, Doug Collins is turning it around. And the reason I brought this up for all the departments, don't believe the fake news. Okay, so take that down. Now, I want to, just for Georgia, and I want to put this up. I don't want to wait till 10 o'clock for the Georgia hour. But number 99, our beloved, most people in the state really loved and cared for Bruce Thompson, our labor secretary here in Georgia. Our labor secretary in Georgia died a couple months ago of cancer, a battle, long fought battle by Bruce Thompson. And he died of cancer a while back. Governor Kemp, we have all wondered in Georgia who Governor Kemp is going to appoint in this position, because the governor gets to appoint. This one, as you know, works me up, because why the hell does Marty Kemp? Florida has two governors. I've been told that. I had lunch with a beautiful couple in Florida, just a great couple. God bless them. And they let me know that Georgia is not the only state with 2 governors, and I thought that was pretty neat. So I have to acknowledge, all right. But here in Georgia, we have 2 governors, Brian and Marty, and I will guarantee you, I'll look you right in the eye and tell you, Marty Kemp probably made this decision, or Marty Kemp probably makes all Brian's decisions. That being said, on Tuesday, March 18th, Governor Kemp and First Lady Marty Kemp will hold a press conference. Who in the hell elected this lady? Why the hell do we have to wait for her to tell us? I knew that was going to happen. I'm going to get past this, I promise. Appointed to fill the vacancy for the Commissioner of the Department of Labor. The appointment will fill the vacancy following the passing of former Commissioner Bruce Thompson last fall, and that will be today at noon. Media must be in place at 11:45. I could not go any further. I couldn't. Now, Tom Holman does not care. He doesn't care what you think. They are losing it. Now, there's a couple things I want to do before we get into today. Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump will have a conversation. All right, have a conversation. That's today. We will go back and look at the Houthi rebels in Yemen. We have the flights, the deportation flights to El Salvador of the criminals, the gang members, criminals that the judge is freaking out. We'll talk about that. But I want to say this. If you think on any given day they care about you, if you think on any given day, now at 6 p.m., take that down, Diane, if you don't mind. At 6 p.m., there should be a splashdown, right? A splashdown at 6 p.m. And that splashdown at 6 p.m., give me number 64, will have, what's their names? What's their names? I had it here yesterday, right? Where are they at? Butch and Sonny, right? So they 9 months ago, they're evil. These people are evil, okay? 9 months ago, we launched a rocket into space, carrying these 2 individuals on a 1-week mission. 9 months ago, 1-week mission. Now, if I'm correct, check me here. If I'm correct, at that time, Biden is still in the race, right? He's still in the race. Joe Biden is still in the race. And it was shortly after that, not long after that, that Kamala took over. But these 2 astronauts went up in a rocket, and the rocket had some leaks. There were some leaks in the rocket in some of the areas, and I don't want to get it wrong, that they felt that it would possibly could explode or something, and it wouldn't be safe for these 2 astronauts to return in that rocket. They went up there. So the rocket comes back by itself empty. And these 2 astronauts go on a 1-week mission, all right? And they are there for 9 months. Now, in the 9 months, Elon Musk offered the White House multiple times, SpaceX, to retrieve these astronauts. But they said, no, we'll handle it. Okay. But they could not get a rocket ship or something that they felt secure to send up to get these two astronauts. And they left them 9 months. Now, they're good sports. They're not going to make political comments. They're not going to do that. They're going to be very cautious of how they handle the media when they get home. But tonight, 9 months at 6 p.m., a 1-week mission will end 9 months later after Elon. Now, they left them. And they left them because they did not want, all right, they did not want Donald Trump during the election and Elon Musk to get credit for bringing them home. Absolutely not. They did not want it. Number 26. That's how evil these people are. Now, I want to say that. These are just examples. NASA astronauts return home after 9 months. The International Space Station. All right. So they can't even report it without anger and hate. Can't report it. Give me video 8.
2 U.S. astronauts who've been stuck on the International Space Station for 9 months are finally traveling home this morning. NASA astronauts Sunny Williams and Butch Wilmore were originally supposed to visit the ISS for just a week, but after encountering issues while docking, NASA decided to bring their spacecraft back to Earth without anyone on board. Overnight, Williams, Wilmore, and 2 others boarded a SpaceX Dragon capsule headed for Earth and are set to splash down off the coast of Florida just before 6 p.m. tonight. In a social media post, President Trump said he spoke with NASA's acting administrator yesterday afternoon and went on to credit himself and Elon Musk with single-handedly saving the, quote, abandoned astronauts who he falsely claims were forgotten by the Biden administration.
They sigh. Who falsely claims we're abandoned by the Biden. They hate us. These people hate us. They sigh. They're so angry. Well, he falsely claims the Biden administration left them up there. I guess Elon Musk falsely said, I offered to go get them. Now, we do not put, when I say we, these people do not put people, people do not come before politics, period. They do not come before politics and their own personal gain. They do not look at doing the right thing. War, no matter what. This is just a prime example. Now, Trump will be there, I guess, at 6 p.m. tonight. Watch what happens at 6 p.m. tonight. And they will, Elon will probably be there. And these 2 people, is it Sunny and Butch? What's their name? Yeah, Butch and Sunny. I will guarantee you, will be very appreciative of Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and that will drive them crazy, all of them crazy this evening. I just want to show you this one because you can't make this up. So every single day they go nuts over the tariffs. It's a tax, what it's going to do. And we understand here, but this right here, I just want to show it to you. We'll get it out of the way because after our first break, we're going to get serious as you well know. Well, we are serious. Quit calling me serious. Surely you can fly this plane. But we're going to discuss the auto pen. Yes, they're losing it over the auto pen. Now, we report, they defend. That's how it is. We report. Now, there's others, but we report. Go back, right? How many days? Because, you know, I scour everything and I found that auto pen. And we had it here almost a week ago. And the development since we put that on the screen here, the auto pen, the developments. Now, the deep state corporate corrupt media, the Mockingbird media, when it gets to a point, they'll ignore things until it gets to a point that they have to be the defense attorney. So the media is running defense and trying to help the crisis, the constitutional crisis that we're up against with deporting these animals. And they're also trying to help with the auto pen. This is so laughable right here. Listen to this explanation of why a company in America is going bankrupt and closing all their stores. Video 7.
And millennials, solidarity here, because clothing retailer Forever 21 says it's closing all of its U.S. stores after filing for bankruptcy protections a second time. In a new court filing, a company official says the retail chain was, quote, materially and negatively impacted by Chinese retailers that have taken advantage of an important loophole, which allows goods under $800 to avoid tariffs, allowing them to sell super cheap items to American consumers. Forever 21 stores have already started liquidation sales at more than 350 locations.
So you're upset that China's dumping cheap products here and your favorite store is going bankrupt? Can you tell me that one more time? You're upset that China's dumping cheap products here. Trump is trying to do everything to protect America from this dumping of cheap products, dumping of aluminum, cheap steel, you name it, in this country. You're upset your favorite store is going out of business. Huh. That's an interesting twist. So, okay, now we're going to come back. We're going to talk about the auto pen. Let's see here if I have something quickly that we can put up. Oh, today, number 25, Trump said he's going to dump 80,000 documents from the JFK file. 80,000 documents are going to be dumped today. Let's go here with, and let's see, where's that at? Video 12, Diane.
But while we're here, I thought it would be appropriate. We are tomorrow announcing and giving all of the Kennedy files. So people have been waiting for decades for this, and I've instructed my people that are responsible, lots of different people, put together by Tulsi Gabbard, and that's going to be released tomorrow. We have a tremendous amount of paper. You've got a lot of reading. I don't believe we're going to redact anything. I said, just don't redact. You can't redact. But we're going to be releasing the JFK files, and that would be tomorrow. Do you have anything else to add to that, Carolyn? So that's a big announcement. They've been. And I said during the campaign I'd do it, and I'm a man of my word. So tomorrow you have the JFK files. What time will they be released?
Tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow afternoon. Okay.
Have you seen what's in the files? Have you read them?
I've heard about them.
Was there,
It's going to be very interesting.
was there an executive summary supplied to you, Mr. President?
No, I'm not doing summaries. You'll write your own summaries. It's many pages. Is it 80,000 pages? Approximately 80,000 pages. So it's a lot of stuff. And you'll make your own determination.
Now, here's what I want to say about this, okay? I find this interesting. Yesterday was Monday. Now, over the weekend, I told you this. I think, didn't we play a couple clips yesterday? Maybe we didn't. But you remember, over the weekend, I watched the Clayton Morris and Tucker Carlson 2 hours. Remember that? I watched that. And I'm reading here, and I've got it playing in the background, and I'm listening with my God-given trained ear. And I listen to them talk about, are we going to get these files released or not? And they start talking about, Clayton Morris and Tucker Carlson. I hope so. We were promised them. I hope we get them. And they went into, if you go watch it, this is what I'm hoping today. They went into, not to quote them, but it's in there, what a criminal and piece of garbage, LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson. What a piece of garbage he is. He in all accounts, he was a criminal. He was a very bad person. That's how we put it in the nicest frame. So today, I'm wondering when this comes out, if this will be very clear. LBJ, a Democrat president, right? A Democrat president. I think he's the one, the civil rights, the war on poverty. Remember the war on poverty with LBJ, the Democrats, the Civil Rights Act, right? I'm wondering today when this comes out, if it will be fully exposed the criminal LBJ was and the involvement of the CIA. Just interested in JFK's assassination. So let's leave that there for now. Okay. And as we go, let's see if I have something up here. That's the auto pen. Blah, 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 blah. This is, all right, Diane, I want video 13. Not yet. They are losing it over this right here. Yesterday, I have something here. I have a number I want you to pull up, Diane. Give me 65. So Trump becomes aware you're on your own. Trump strips Hunter and Ashley Biden of Secret Service protection effective immediately. Immediately. I mean, no waiting. Immediately. And let me see if I have another one here I want to show you. Hold on just a minute. I want to look at this, Diane. I think there was a so no, okay, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put this up now, and we'll talk about it a little more here momentarily. Give me number 14. So the pardons that Sleepy Joe gave the Unselect Committee, political thugs, and many others. This is Joe's family, right? This is Joe's family. Now, yesterday, Trump finds out Hunter is hobnobbing around the world with 12 agents. Video 13.
Sir, there were 18 Secret Service agents protecting Hunter Biden in South Africa this weekend. Who's paying for that, and do you plan to revoke his Secret Service protection?
Well, we have done that with many. I would say if there are 18 with Hunter Biden, that will be something I'll look at this afternoon. Okay?
Sure.
I just heard about it for the first time. So you have 18 Secret Service going. Where is he exactly?
In South Africa.
In South Africa. And South Africa, you know, is on a watch list. You know that. Because what they're doing to people is brutal. And I've stopped having money go to South Africa. You know that. Billions of dollars. So he's in South Africa. That's very interesting. All right, I'm going to take a look at that. Thank you very much.
It's 18. I said 12. It's 18. Trump said, I'm going to take a look at that. I'm going to take a look at that. And he ends up, all right, with immediately, all right, give me number 4. Hunter Biden has had Secret Service protection for an extended period of time, all paid by the United States taxpayer. There is as many as 18 people on detail, which is ridiculous. He is currently vacationing in, of all places, South Africa, where the human rights of people have been strenuously questioned, right? Because of this, South Africa has been taken off our list of countries receiving economic and financial assistance. Please be advised that effective immediately, Hunter Biden will no longer receive Secret Service protection. Likewise, Ashley Biden, who has 13 agents, will be taken off the list. The next time Donald Trump says to you, I think I'll take a look at that, he took a look at it. We will be right back. Remember, I told you that the media, before the phone call, they've already laid out what will be said. And it's never going to be to the plus side of Trump negotiating peace. Take a break.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Give me number 20, Diane. Good morning, Diane. I hope you're doing well. Now, I want to say this. We're going to get to Tom Holman and El Salvador and the judge and the possible constitutional crisis that they're crying about. So I just want to say I have had the pleasure twice of meeting Mr. Tom Holman. And when you see him on TV, when you see him with a reporter, that's who he is. That's Tom Holman. He is, if you're standing over here in a room and there's no TV cameras around, that's the same Tom Holman as you're seeing on TV. I have to tell you, the guy, whew. So, as they are losing it over Tom Holman and the animals that we're sending to El Salvador, let's look at this for just a minute. Now, take that down. We got number 23. So we know here, we're going to just lay this out. We know here that today Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin will have a phone call. All right. We know the war is over. It's over. Russia won the war. Okay. We know that. Vladimir Putin will probably discuss with Trump, hey, when is the last time you won a war but other people come into that country and start dividing up the spoils of war. So we got to think this out. Now, you have heard demilitarized zone, just like North and South Korea, where there can be no troops, where I guess no sneak attack. That being said, you've heard that out there. And I've told you that nothing, and I say this, nothing Trump does here will be reported as success in Europe, in our media, around the world. If we stop the killing tomorrow, now, Vladimir Putin is Sergei Lavrov, right? There's been reports that say, why should we take a 30-day break so you can regroup? And this guy here, he doesn't help anything. Number 27. Zelensky doesn't help anything. He's out there every day saying, well, they don't want peace. They don't want peace. You could tell Vladimir Putin doesn't want peace. So I just want to give you something here before Trump talks to Putin that in advance, let's see, what do I have here? In advance, just a minute, I had it here a second ago. Russia is not going to be okay with the UK and France and NATO. Remember, no matter what you hear, let's look at the map. I don't want to bore you, but give me number 34, right? And no matter what you hear, Ukraine, and you look at Belarus and Ukraine, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Slovakia, Moldova, Romania, Hungary, no further aggression from NATO, period. Moscow was never okay with Moldova, Romania, right? Hungary, Slovakia, Poland, trying to push forward into Ukraine. They were never okay with it. Now, you know that, so we won't waste your time. Give me video 2.
They're also pressing on various other front lines, and they don't want to give any of that territory back to Kyiv. Moscow also giving a big niet to the idea of putting European NATO troops on the ground in Ukraine as peacekeepers. The Kremlin lashing out at the notion. We are talking about the fact that viable regulation is only possible by taking into account and solving the root causes of the problems associated with Ukraine, and they are going to create additional root causes.
Now, give me 27. No troops. No troops, period. Got it? No Zelensky, period. Vladimir Putin. No parliament, currently, any of their officers, period. Got it? I mean, what are we talking about? Now, they are already laying the groundwork for what Trump will reward. This is the narrative. And if you think it's just MSNBC, give me video 6.
Reports the president will, in essence, be negotiating over how large a reward Russia will receive for its 11 years of open aggression against Ukraine, starting with its seizure of Crimea in 2014 and extending through the full-scale war Mr. Putin started 3 years ago. President.
Now, what reward will Putin get? You hear the way they say it, for 11 years of aggression against Ukraine. What reward for 11 years of aggression against Ukraine? Now, Morning Joe, and don't expect for you to, but watch the narrative that they paint here and what the media comes out with today after this phone call. Let's go to video 19, Diane.
Life in Russia, in Moscow, has gone down decidedly. So, talking about how bad things are in Ukraine, it tells one half of the story, and that's Vladimir Putin's half of the story.
Right.
The fact is, his military has been shattered by this, and they need a ceasefire every bit as much as the Ukrainians do.
But that's not what. But you're completely right. But Putin certainly doesn't ever say that, and therefore Trump is not going to acknowledge that part of the equation here. He has been completely deferential, and it seems like as we go into this call today, and we assume impending negotiations finally between Ukraine and Russia, where the U.S. is landing. It's on the side of Moscow. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz over the weekend, appearing on the Sunday shows, Willie talked about quite a bit about the concessions that Ukraine will have to make. Never once mentioned what Russia will have to give up, which repeats what we've heard from the defense secretary and Trump himself in recent weeks. And that's why, yes, a few Republican senators have expressed private concern about where this is going. They didn't love, some of them went on the record saying they didn't love the first call with Putin, but the pushback has been mild, to say the least. And there are so many European leaders, and particularly in Kyiv, who are deeply worried about what comes out of this call today, that Trump and Putin will have struck some sort of deal that leaves them out of it.
Time and time again, the burden has been placed on Ukraine, the victim of this invasion 3 years ago, and really going back 11 years. U.S. National Editor.
Victim. Ukraine, the victim. That Trump will get on the phone with Putin and strike a deal and leave them out of it. Now, leave them out of it means that, Putin is going to be very firm. He's going to be very firm with the fact, no troops. So the UK, remember, I told you this the other day, the UK made Zelensky sign a 100-year deal. Remember that? The 100-year deal with UK and Zelensky? And I told you, this guy's been out, he's been on eBay auctioning off minerals to everyone that'll buy them. He's out all over the world striking deals. There's not enough collateral. This guy does not have enough collateral in this country to pay back France, UK. UK has a 100-year deal. All these free trade deals he has, all these business deals he has, and then the United States. Well, they're afraid Trump and Putin might make a deal. I will tell you this much. Trump will not get on the phone and sell out the American people. And that includes not just Russia, that includes the UK, that includes France, that, your Statue of Liberty, you want that back, okay? That includes everyone at NATO in Brussels. You're not making the decision. And I know that freaks you out. In the past, America stood behind the decision Brussels made, not this time. Now, they talk about prolonged the war. That's what Russia did. Now, Vladimir Putin's going to talk to Donald Trump, and he's going to say, look, I won this war. All right? I won this war. Even with you, the Americans, the Brits, the French, Portugal sending their one tank, Germany, I won this war. Even with you sending Stinger Javelin missiles, F-16s, tanks, drones, everything you sent Ukraine. I won this war. You are the ones that prolonged it 3 years, not me. You're the ones that drug it out over and over, not me. You are. You kept stockpiling this guy with all the equipment and money he could steal. And Putin will probably say, Trump, why don't you ask this little criminal how much money he made off of all your equipment he sold? This will be probably a very firm, frank discussion between Trump and Putin. And Putin is going to be very clear with Trump. And I tell you another thing, I think that Vladimir Putin will say to Donald Trump, every Russian dead in this war was killed by a Ukrainian using one of your weapons. So we consider every Russian that was killed basically killed by America. Now, I'm not telling you I agree with all of that, and I'm not turning my back on my red, white, and blue, and I love my country. But these are things that are just facts. And Donald Trump's up against the wall today on this phone call. And I trust him. He'll be strong. The U.S. landing on the side of Russia. So they've already, the media knows the truth about this war. They know what they've done about this war. They know it. They know that we went through the entire world with our, they're cheering. Let's see. Give me number. That's not it. That's not it. The Moscow Times, number 72. The world basically is cheering. Today we celebrate Kremlin and Russia propaganda rejoice as Trump guts RFE, RL, and Voice of America. They're cheering that around the world. Trump has a tough job today. They will try to paint Zelensky and Ukraine as the victims, unprovoked. And I'm telling you, nothing Trump does today will be accepted as a good deal for Ukraine. Tomorrow morning, prepare yourself, and tonight with all the roundtables. Let me put it. Why does Trump like Putin? What does Putin have on Trump? All the above. That's coming this afternoon. All right, so I have this right here. I want to show you. How about this? Give me number 74. You don't see this. You don't see very much of this in our media. This is over in Istanbul, Turkey, right? This is posted. Biden administration gave Trump, Pence cell phones to the FBI as part of the 2020 election probe. Interesting. And let's go to break with our pick of the day. 97. Take a break.
Chevrolet, Blaze gets it done.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I am your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Now, we told you a couple days ago, want to tell you how much we appreciated the Apple app. You go to the Apple App Store and download voiceofruralamerica.com. We had to make some corrections. We had a problem with the app. We're getting great news. I think there's 6 or 7 of you out there that are testing the app for us. I just got one more notification. It's working. Just you have to update the app in the store. So if you have the Apple app, you've had it for some time, and it's not working, Voice of Rural America is not working, update the app, and it should be working, and we appreciate that. You are the technical department out there, and we appreciate you. Diane, can you get me? Good morning, Diane. Number 98. I am BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Not the size of the network, but the truth of the network. That would be us here. And don't forget, brown people have taken over the FBI. You know, I don't feel... Check their wallet. I want to see. I'm not really guessing they use their white privilege. Are you? I mean, just saying. I think they're a DEI hire. Oh God, that makes this cracks me up because the left, they have exploded. I mean, they have every day stuff like this. They have totally lost it. In fact, this is my favorite, video 1. Let's play my favorite here. Video 1, Diane.
What leverage do we have? Democrats keep showing up at every night fight with a casserole.
Oh, sorry. Democrats keep showing up at a knife fight with a casserole. That I absolutely love that. I think that is great. Now, all right, so they're upset that lives may have been saved in America. They're upset that there's 200 and give me 20, number 20. They're upset that there's 200 and some, right here, 261 by this count. They call them migrants. Even Fox calls them migrants, deported. Tres de Agua? Well, the Venezuelan gang. And, you know, these are, and my words, people don't like it, they're animals. They are animals. They're evil. They will burn someone to death. They will dismember someone. The list goes on. They rape children. They rape women. They murder. Oh my God. It's terrible what they do. They terrorize their own communities. And today, 261 of these animals. And Tom Homan says, I'm going every day. I don't care what the court says. I'm going every day. That's what he said. Give me video 4.
It doesn't look like you're getting support from the Democrats on this. You're going against the judges now. What's next?
Another flight every day. The teams are going to be out there every day. Every day, the men and women of ICE are going to be in the neighborhoods of this nation arresting criminal, illegal alien, public safety threats, and national security threats. Lawrence, you're not going to stop us. I'm proud to be a part of this administration. We're not stopping. I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming.
That was Tom Homan, the border czar for the Trump administration, with a defiant message amid the controversy of sending hundreds of migrants to El Salvador. The question is, what's next in this legal fight over those flights? We're going to bring you expert legal analysis straight ahead.
expert legal analysis. That's what I want, Diane. I want to be expert analysis. That's it. I'm expert analysis. So anyhow, he's going to go in to Denver. He's going to go into New York City. They're going into Baltimore. They're going into Atlanta. They are going into these cities. He doesn't care. That's who he is. He does not care. We're going to clean the inner cities out. Now, I've done this before. Back what we have done in our cities, if we have revitalized, okay? I'm going to give you an example. Now, I've not been there in 15 years, so I don't know. But the Baltimore, all right? The Baltimore Harbor. So what they've done is they took Camden Yards in Baltimore, Camden Yards, and they've taken a couple blocks, and they took the harbor down there, the Baltimore Harbor, and they took a couple blocks, and they cleaned it up, and they made it nice. They put it together nice. So if you go into Baltimore, you go into this area, and you think, wow, this is pretty nice. That is in Tampa. That is in Chicago, whether you believe it or not. That's everywhere in the United States. They've gone into these cities and they have carved out little areas, all right? So you can have conventions, right, and pay their enormous taxes in their hotel. And they can have restaurants, hotels, conventions, and they've carved out little areas in these cities, even Detroit, even Newark, New Jersey, believe it or not. They've carved out these little areas where you think, wow, the shopping and the restaurants and the places like where the World Congress Center, and you can have conventions and the World of Coke and one thing after another. Wow, that's great. But the truth is the deterioration in these cities. Once you get outside of these little carve-outs, and they're very small, it is dangerous. And the people that live there, that are from there and have been there for generations, are praying that a Donald Trump comes along and cleans this up, their communities. They want them cleaned up. They want these gang members out of there. They're happy, and he's not going to stop. So they're mad. They're mad, and they said, well, you're using a law. This is one of my favorites. You're using a law that is about 200 years. Let me get to that one here. I have that one. Hang tight here. We're going to get to all the headlines of what the judge said. The flights. They even did the timeline. The media has done the timeline of where the flights are, exactly when the judge said something. And, that's I had it here just a minute ago. I want to bring up I thought I had it, the judge. Give me one more here. Hold on just a second, Diane. Well, they're mad because they used a 200-year-old law. Give me number 30, legal showdown over Trump's deportation. And they asked Tom Holman about the law. It's like, you used a 200-year-old law. Give me video 16.
say to those who claim you're using a 200-year-old law to circumvent due process?
An old law? Not as old as the Constitution. We still pay attention to that, don't we?
But some would say this is...
How many more terrorists do you plan on deporting to El Salvador?
I'm sorry, the guy is just like, an old law? Really? You have the nerve to tell me we're using an old law? But it's the law. I mean, what age should the law be? Right? It's an old law. Okay? Really? So I want to get into the El Salvadoran prison. And I want to show you that first because CNN actually has a full story on the prison that's driving them nuts. Let's go. Now, Diane, on this video, I will probably give you the high sign to put it on hold because I think this video is like 4 minutes long. But we'll go with video 3 and look to me to stop it when I want to give commentary on it.
Under a veil of darkness, they arrive shackled and seemingly shell-shocked, bound for a prison where the past is erased and the future is a door that never opens. More than 250 alleged criminals deported from the U.S. arriving in El Salvador over the weekend. Most are from Venezuela, accused of belonging to Tren de Aragua, a violent transnational gang. Their destination? El Salvador's terrorism confinement center, known as Secor, a supermax prison built by President Nayib Bukele to house his country's most dangerous criminals. One by one, hundreds of guards process these new arrivals, who are stripped of choice, power, and identity. It'll cost the U.S. about $6 million to keep them here for at least the first year. These images, released by El Salvador's government and proudly shared online by President Bukele, highlight his controversial yet seemingly effective gang crackdown, while also positioning him firmly in President Trump's good graces, helping to fulfill Trump's mass deportation promises. President Trump thanking Bukele for his understanding of this horrible situation, adding, "We will not forget." Secot was built to contain, to isolate. All right, we're going to go in here. And late last year, we stepped...
Well, hold it right there because now they're going to take a tour. They're going to take a tour of this prison. And I want to say, please, Diane, can you hold it there and start another video and come back to it? I don't think I've ever asked you to do that. I want to remember where that's at. Now, our media is losing it. They are losing it because of a judge and the process, and they didn't get due process, all the above. They do not care, these murderers, drug dealers at all. They want due process. And let's start here. I'm going to show you a couple of the bylines this morning that they're running. Give me number 9. A judge ordered deportation planes turned around. The White House did not listen. All right. Now they're going nuts to the Department of Justice. This judge freaked out yesterday. He freaked out. Give me number 13. Trump claims Biden. Oh, no, that's not it. I'm sorry. That's the, I'm sorry. Give me number 15. Judge Alien Enemies Act case. That's the one I was looking at. They use the Alien Enemies Act case that allows them to deport, not process. They don't get a judge. They don't get a hearing. All right. Sets deadline for DOJ to answer questions about migrant flights. Now, here is something the Constitution, and I'm not a constitutional attorney, but the Constitution gives full authority to the executive branch on illegal alien enemies. Yes, full authority. Now, a lot of people are saying, if you go search this, that this judge, once it goes up the line, it said that, the court will probably, and I never guess the court, but will probably side with President Trump. This is an activist judge, a Barack Hussein Obama judge, appointed judge. But what they are telling you is, at the current time, even if we found a leftist judge, you got to do exactly what we say. And here's what I like, and here's what I hope has happened. I hope they have denied the judge and the court order. Now, I do not want chaos in this country, and yes, there are some court orders that have to be upheld. But I live in Georgia, where we always get our ass kicked in court. It's like we always get our ass kicked in court in Georgia, and we tuck our tail, we walk away and say, man, we tried. We always do here. No matter what it is, conservatives, we always get taken advantage of in court. And I like that there's guts and courage here. Say, hey, I don't care. We're going. Now, here it is, the timeline. Now, the media and everybody's doing the timeline. I'm telling you right now, put this down on paper. If something was to happen, that Democrats get control of the House, this is going to be an impeachable offense to them. Watch what's happening. You think Democrats are in total disarray. What if they win the majority in the House in 2026? Wonder how fast before articles of impeachment against Trump in the last 2 years. Well, I don't think that'll be politically very smart. Oh, yeah. Okay. Number 6. Well, that could cause them to lose an election. Well, it almost caused them to lose 2020. So they just, a pandemic, COVID, and steal it. Wow. So number 16. Timeline to Trump's deportation flights from Alien Enemies Act to the judge order. Honduras officials who were not authorized to speak publicly on the matter. They're not authorized. Now, so this is basically, they're not authorized to give this, but we'll run with it anyway. Honduran officials who were not authorized to speak publicly on the matter confirmed that 3 planes landed at the airbase, boom, where a U.S. military task force has long been stationed. After several hours, the planes took off for El Salvador. So what you're telling me is these planes were in Honduras when this judge said, get these murderers, get these pedophiles, get these sex traffickers, get these people back here immediately. These are sick, what do they call them? Sick sons of bitches. Sorry, I didn't say that out loud. I just whispered it. Number 17. Oh, man, here is the timeline. 18. In a tense hearing, the judge said, in a tense hearing, U.S. District Judge James Busselberg summarized the administration's position on his court order Saturday as, we don't care. We'll do what we want. That's what you did? We don't care. We'll do what we want. Yeah, okay. Here it is, number 19. Judge and Alien Enemies Act case chides DOJ lawyer over refusal to answer the questions. And here you go, number 22. White House ignores CNN court order blocking deportation flights. They are losing it. Let's see what else I have on that. And the legal showdown, there's Joe. And here you go, number 32. The media has, this is the Washington Post, and they're all doing their part. El Salvador presidency, White House invokes Alien Enemies Act at 4:20. At 5 o'clock, there was a hearing on the act. It begun at 5. At 5:26, first flight leaves Texas. At 5:45, second flight leaves Texas. At 6:47, judge says flights must return. Get those planes back here, baby. Get them back here. Back. 7:26, judge enters the docket. He entered it actually at 6:47. He said it out loud. And at 7:36, it looks to be 10 minutes after the judge, a third flight left Texas. Now, I wonder if the White House really cares. I don't know how long I'm going to play this because this guy is great, but give me video 11.
So you called the judge's order just earlier today, quote, patently unlawful, end quote, and said that it was an assault on democracy itself. Does that mean that the administration is ignoring this order, and might you ignore future court orders that meet the criteria you laid out?
The President of the United States and his administration reserve all rights under the Constitution to conduct national security operations in defense of the United States. The Alien Enemies Act, which was passed into law by the founding generation of this country, men like John Adams, was written explicitly to give the President the authority to repel an alien invasion of the United States. That is not something that a district court judge has any authority whatsoever to interfere with, to enjoin, to restrict, or to restrain any way. You can read the law yourself. There's not one clause in that law that makes it subject to judicial review, let alone district court review.
So, Stephen, when you say that this person has no authority at all, this is how our system works. It starts with these judges and then continues up. At what point does it become, in your view, legal for the justice system to be looking at this and making a judgment? And I fail to see how there's any other way but to start with where we're starting here before you get to eventually the Supreme Court.
Well, so first of all, there's a term in law, justiciable. This is not justiciable. In other words, this is not subject to judicial remedy. When the President is exercising his Article 2 powers to defend the country against an invasion or to repel a foreign terrorist that is unlawfully in the country, he's exercising his core Article 2 powers as Commander-in-Chief.
Is Venezuela invading the U.S.?
This is a very important point. This is a Title 50 authority. It's a Commander-in-Chief authority. So just to ask you a simple question, you talk about how the system works. Does a district court judge have the right to direct or enjoin troop movements overseas? Yes or no?
Well, Stephen, my question, if you could answer my question first,
in other words,
is Venezuela invading our country in a way that would apply this way?
So I'll answer yours and you'll answer mine. Under the terms of the statute, Tren de Aragua is an alien enemy force that has come here as detailed at length in the proclamation at the direction of the Venezuelan government. The statute says that a president has the ability to repel an invasion or predatory incursion that is directed by a foreign
state
government.
or a government, right? Are they a state or a government?
This would be, yes, it is documented. The TDA was sent by the Venezuelan government in the proclamation. And here's an even more important point. Under the Constitution, who makes that determination? A district court judge elected by no one, or the Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy? The President and the President alone makes a decision of what triggers that determination.
So do you then think we are actually at war with Venezuela, the nation state of Venezuela?
You're not hearing me and you're not understanding me. Read the statute. Alien Enemies Act, 1798. It says if a predatory incursion is perpetrated by a foreign government, so it lists three qualifying actions. It could be an act
it does
of war.
say in the very beginning there has to be a declared war against a nation or a state. That's what it says.
No, wrong. Look up the statute. It's on my account on social media.
That's actually where we
Everyone
found
can
it
go see it. Yes, it says or a predatory incursion or an invasion. The statute delineates 3 criteria for triggering the Alien Enemies Act. One is an act of war, which, by the way, an invasion is an act of war, but put that aside. One is an invasion, which this is. One is a predatory incursion, which this is. So it actually meets all 3 statutory criteria. But with respect to this particular statute, the proclamation is utilizing the incursion and invasion language in the statute.
So,
but this is a very important question because no, hold on. It's a very important question. You said the way our system works is the President of the United States commands the armed forces of the country, commands the foreign policy of the country, and that's subject to district court review. That is fundamentally untrue.
I never said that, Stephen. I did not say...
That has never been true.
This was not a military operation.
A district court judge can no more enjoin the expulsion of foreign terrorists to foreign soil that he can direct the movement of Air Force One, that he can direct the movement of an aircraft carrier, that he can direct Marco Rubio to engage in diplomacy in a country or not.
Do you think the Supreme Court has any say over this or not? Does the Supreme Court of the United States have any say over the things that you were just outlining right here?
I believe what the Supreme Court will say is what I just said, which is that the president's conduct here is not subject to judicial review.
Okay, but you are acknowledging that they do, in fact, have a say here, even though you think they may agree with you.
What we are expecting is the Supreme Court to say what has always been the case, which is when the president is using his powers as commander-in-chief, those determinations are not subject to judicial review. In other words, the president's designation of Tren Darwagwa as a foreign terrorist organization and as an alien enemy are part of his inherent plenary authority. There is no way.
At what point in the system, Stephen,
how are you going to expel?
Power?
How are you going to expel illegal alien invaders from our country who are raping little girls, who are murdering little girls, if each and every deportation has to be adjudicated in a district court judge? That means you have no country, it means you have no sovereignty, it means you have no future. It is fundamentally incompatible to have a country and have individual expulsions adjudicated by a single district court judge.
I'm just trying to figure out at what point in the system do you, because what does the Trump administration believe? Because we do have separation of powers in this country. I hear what you're saying.
Yes,
you're saying
separation
the district
of powers.
court does not
this is the judiciary
have authority.
Interfering
Stephen,
in
let me finish.
the executive function.
That
is the separation of powers. That is the separation of powers.
Did you ignore the judge's order here because you thought you could?
So the judge's order and the actions taken by the Departments of Defense, Justice, and Homeland Security are not in conflict. And the Department of Justice has been clear that they are not in conflict. But
so you think that you did go along with the order that the judge put out? You do not think that the Trump administration defied this order?
As the Justice Department said, there is no conflict between the judge's order and the actions taken by the departments I just listed. But I'm making a deeper and more fundamental point.
Yeah.
The district court
if you don't have to follow it, why didn't you?
The district court has no ability to in any way restrain the president's authorities under the Alien Enemies Act or his ability to conduct the foreign affairs of the United States. Let me paint a picture for you. President Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio had engaged in intensive diplomacy to obtain a bilateral security agreement with the nation of El Salvador. If a district court judge can enjoin that bilateral security agreement, then we do not have a democracy.
Stephen, you've made your argument.
We do not have a foreign policy.
We've heard you say this. Did you ignore, did the administration ignore the order from the district judge? It's a simple question.
I've answered it. I've answered it because the Department of Justice has made a filing in the court. But let me make another point. The judge, in this case, put the lives of every single person on those aircraft at risk. Did he know how much fuel was in those planes? Did he know the flight conditions? Did he know the weather conditions? Did he know how many crew hours? Did he know the need for crew rest? Did he know any of that? No. This judge violated the law. He violated the Constitution. He defied the system of government that we have in this country.
Because that does seem to be what you're arguing.
These same district court judges didn't do a damn thing to stop Joe Biden from flooding this nation with millions of illegal aliens. These district court judges didn't issue any injunctions to save the lives of Jocelyn Nungary or Laken Riley or anyone else.
The federal courts. Is that what you're saying? What
I'm saying is that what you said, there's a separation of powers. The The judiciary exercises judgment and relief.
I don't speak for the White House. You are here to speak
I will
You're here to speak for the White House.
I
just want you to answer that one simple question.
I
am.
Ready? Here we go. Under a proper reading of the Constitution, district court judges provide relief to individual plaintiffs seeking relief. District court judges do not have the authority, as a general matter, to enjoin the functioning of the executive branch. But their authority is at its lowest point when the president is exercising his powers as commander-in-chief. And I asked you a question, you never answered it. Can a judge enjoin troop movements overseas? Can a district court judge enjoin troop movements overseas?
Stephen,
yes or no?
I am not going to get into the
just say no, and then you'll know that I'm right.
This is a
just
separate
say no,
question,
and you'll know that
Stephen.
I'm right.
Okay, we're not talking about other troops
the
overseas.
president.
I need to ask you about something else.
The president
important.
issued a proclamation delineating in detail how the Venezuelan regime sent this gang, this terrorist organization, to our shores. And by the way, and I love being here, but all the outrage that we are seeing from the Democrat Party and from the corporate media.
Diane, did you have a good place to stop that? Because I did not. When Stephen Miller sends them to school, I have to sit back as like a student and listen. I mean, Stephen Miller, he is amazing, commander-in-chief authority, and this district court judge wants to overrule commander-in-chief authority. This district court judge wanted to give, what was it, 261? He wanted 261 child rapists, raping women, murdering, dismembering. The list goes on. It's just horrendous what they've done in our country. And we have a district court judge and people that want their due process. They wanted 261 individuals to go before a judge one at a time, right? But 10 years to get them out of here one at a time. So I want to wrap that up. But Diane, I want to show a little more of that prison where they're at. Do you know where we ended video 3? Can we play a little more of that before we close to the next segment?
Inside to see it for ourselves. These men described as the worst of the worst, tattooed with reminders of El Salvador's dark past. It's tense and uncomfortable. But here, officials say comfort isn't meant to exist.
There's no mattresses, there's no sheets. You've got a toilet over here for them to go to the bathroom. You've got this basin here that they use to bathe themselves. And then you can see there's a barrel of water that they can drink from. And he says there's always somebody standing here in front of the cells. And then if you look up, there's another corridor with more security personnel. Luz 24 horas. 24/7 light.
The prison sits like an isolated fortress, nestled in mountainous terrain, about an hour and a half drive from the capital.
It's been equated to 7 football stadiums. It's almost multiple prisons within the prison. The far end, you have one that's 9 meters high of concrete, and then above that, 3 meters of electrified fencing.
15,000 volts.
15,000 volts.
More than 1,000 security personnel, guards, police, and military are stationed on site. Inmates are assigned to one of 8 sectors. Each sector holds more than 24 large cells.
Roughly 80 inmates per cell, but it can fluctuate. What is it like to live here?
It's probably not a hotel 5-star, but they give you the 3 times the food. They give you some programs. You go to do exercise.
Ejercicio nosotros lo podemos repetir siempre.
Some church religion programs too.
But that's limited to just 30 minutes a day. The other 23 and a half hours, they're kept inside and locked up.
For inmates who get violent with other prisoners or guards,
we're going to close the door. I just want to get a sense of... Wow.
Solitary confinement awaits. only light you get is through this hole. And it can be.
All right, Diane, I just sent you a video. Could you get that video from Congressman Andrew Clyde? I want to see. He actually talks about our district, and I think it's appropriate right now that we run this. If you could get that video and set it up. But folks, the judge is angry. The media is angry. They never, as Stephen Miller said, there was never any anger shown while millions were coming across this country, millions with diseases, millions of people that have murderers, so forth. And did you receive it? I just want to know that so I can keep going.
Yeah, it's ready.
Okay, go ahead with it, Diane. Thank you.
My Northeast Georgia district has seen the devastating impact of criminal illegal alien crime up close and personal. Last year, Maria Gomez Perez, a 12-year-old girl, was abducted in Gainesville, Georgia by an illegal alien. Thankfully, she was rescued and found in Ohio. Days before the 2024 election, Mimi Rodriguez Ramirez, a 25-year-old mother, was murdered by an illegal alien from Mexico, and that happened in Habersham County. And just outside my district, Laken Riley, the 22-year-old nursing student, was brutally murdered by an illegal alien in Athens, Georgia. President Trump is working to prevent these tragedies from devastating additional families and communities across our country. I applaud his work to make America secure, safe, and great once again. My Northeast.
About 10 miles from where I sit, cartel members brought Rosa to a cabin in the woods and dismembered her to send a message. Dismembered her about 10 miles from where I sit. Take a break.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. We have some Georgia election legislation. Let me try that again. We have some Georgia election legislation updates in the Georgia Hour. We have that. We have some other updates during the Georgia Hour. Now, what we've been doing during the Georgia Hour is I have been risking my life. No, that's no joke. I've been risking because they're not going to be okay with me exposing the political corruption. They're not going to. Now, someone said that they were going to do it, and since they're not doing it or blowing the lid off of it, I guess I'm going to have to. But I can't sit back knowing where the core and how the machine works. I can't sit back and just let it continue to go when I see some of the just dirty, nasty to innocent people. Anyhow, the Georgia Hour, that will be at 10 o'clock. So I want to get to a couple right here. Now, I told you earlier at 6 p.m. tonight. How about this? Give me number 24. I think this is pretty neat. Okay? Just run this briefly. Pretty neat. Robots are set to run in a marathon. What the? A leg up on the competition. Wow. Humanoid. Chinese, I think it's Chinese. Robot set to run. Wow. Well, there you go. What would he say at this time? Well, golly. Who would have ever thunk it? Robot. How about this? Number 31. Eric Adams won't rule out running for election. Running. What number is that? I want number 3. If I called for that, let's not have an argument right now. Let's not. Number 3. Thank you. Eric Adams won't rule out running for re-election, governor of New York City, as an independent. Let's see what else we have here. We have that. All right, so let's go to the auto pen just for a minute. Now, yesterday we explained, give me number 11. Trump admits to using auto pen after declaring Biden's pardon void, claiming Biden used an auto pen. So now let's go with video 10. Give me video 10.
To follow up on the Biden auto pen, are those executive orders, those pardons from the former president now null and void?
Well, I think so. It's not my decision. That'll be up to a court. But I would say that they're null and void because I'm sure Biden didn't have any idea that it was taking place. And somebody was using an auto pen to sign off and to give pardons to, as an example, it's just one example, but the J6 Unselect Committee. They gave pardons with an auto pen. I don't think Biden knew anything about it. And what they did is they deleted and destroyed all of the information that took them over a year to get. And the reason they did that is because the information was very incriminating about them. Like Nancy Pelosi, it was determined conclusively that she knew about 10,000 soldiers and turned it down. And if we used 500 soldiers, you would have had no problem, let alone 10,000. The young lady that said that I grabbed these powerful young Secret Service agents by the neck. Okay? You know that was a big hoax. It was a lie. And she admitted it. And they deleted everything. So, you know, what they did is criminal. I think we're about to land, everybody.
Was that Cassidy Hutchinson? Was that her name? That said, we were in the beast. And Trump lunged. Remember that? He lunged and he grabbed the Secret Service agent. Take me to the Capitol. Remember that? Lied. So anyhow, give me number 67. Now, we told you about this, and Trump tells the truth. They can't stand when, well, they just can't stand Trump tells the truth. So here are the pardons, and they have an admission. Why? We have an admission from Trump that he has used the auto pen. All right. The President of the United States, and we talked about this, there's corporations out there where payroll departments and people that have the authority. All right. You have the authority. Now, you do not have the authority to make a decision on your own to use an auto pen to do a pardon. You don't. So whoever had access, and here's what Trump said about this, and it was over at the DOJ. They're losing their mind because, God, I hope some people go to prison soon. Number 71, we brought this up the other day. All right, and this is from the Telegraph over in England. Now they're freaking out. So remember This is Dr. Fauci's pardon, Milley's pardon, right? The J6 Select Committee, the Biden family, and we know it's the auto pen, right? How a robotic pen could spell the end of Joe Biden's pardons. So the president of the United States sends out thousands of correspondence a day. And I hate to break it to you, but most of you are getting letters from the president of the United States that is signed by an auto pen. Just let you know. Now, so well, we've got him now. We've got him. He admitted to it. The Trump Defense Department, or not Trump Defense Department, the Biden Deep State Video 5 Democrat, arm of the Democrat Party, Video 5.
Meanwhile, President Trump is now admitting that he himself has used AutoPen to sign certain documents. The president made those comments just hours after he announced on social media that he was voiding the pardons issued by former President Joe Biden to members of the January 6th committee because, Trump claimed, those pardons were signed with AutoPen, which is a mechanical device used to replicate a person's authentic signature. Here's President Trump yesterday when asked by NBC News about his use of that AutoPen.
Have you yourself ever used AutoPen, sir?
Yeah, only for very unimportant papers. And I don't call them unimportant. If you do letters where people write in and, they'd love to have a response, or we'll write responses, and I'll sign them whenever I can. But when I can't, I, would use an AutoPen. But to use them for what they've used it for is terrible.
Yes, sir. And when you signed the CR,
who are you with?
Sir, I'm with NBC News.
Oh, that's the same one. I don't want to talk to NBC anymore. I think you're so discredited.
Presidents Biden and Obama both used an AutoPen device to sign official documents, a practice that is legally binding, according to 2005 guidance from the Office of Legal Counsel at the Justice Department, commissioned by President George W. Bush. So Trump's in good company there using the AutoPen.
All right, guidance, not the court. Can you get to the end of that? I did not crop that. Can you get to that end of that video, or do you have to play the whole thing? I don't know what you have to do. I want to see the guidance in that, where they say a Department of Justice, George W., the guidance, because it's not the law. Now, keep in mind, all of these are preemptive pardons. All right? These are not pardons where someone got out of jail. Were you able to do that? I don't know how it works. Okay, Biden and President Barack both used AutoPen device to sign, according to 2005 guidance from the office. Oh, you mean I had it cropped? I had it here? I'm sorry, Diane. I'm really sorry.
I took the picture.
Oh. But it showed up. Da, 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 da. Thank you, Diane. But look at that. According to guidance from the Office of Legal Counsel. The guy, not the law. Now, go back to the AutoPen briefly. They're all preemptive pardons. Preemptive pardons. So they want you to believe that we should have, right? We should have pardons based on the AutoPen. Here it is, number 11, number 12. Go ahead to number 12. They had a full discussion on it this morning. The AutoPen, we should have the preemptive pardons done by a machine, unbeknownst to the President of the United States, and that should be legal. Well, we caught Trump using it. Look, thousands of documents a day are in the executive branch that someone has the authority to have the auto pen sign that document, not a pardon, not a presidential, not an auto pen, a presidential pardon. That's unacceptable. All right. Now let's go here. I want you to go with this, and we have some action alerts coming up. Give me number 61. Now, yesterday, all right, Musk reveals Doge has found 14 magic money computers that create cash out of thin air. Now, they do not want you hearing these conversations. They don't. And let's go with the magic. Let's go ahead with the NGOs, the way they steal the NGOs. Video 15.
One of the biggest scam fraud holes we've uncovered, which is really crazy, is that the government can give money to a so-called nonprofit with very few controls, and then there's no auditing subsequently of that nonprofit. So there's no. So this is where with the 1.9 billion to Stacey Abrams, they then give themselves extremely lavish, like insane salaries, expense everything to the nonprofit. Buy jets and homes and all sorts of things.
Live like kings and queens.
Yes,
on the taxpayer dime.
Correct.
All right. So a year ago, and as you well know, this is not a, this. All right. So I have quite often told you we appreciate any sponsors. We really do. But we have difficulty getting sponsors because, when you're reporting the truth, people get a little standoffish, and we'll leave it there. All right. So we accept donations here. And this is why I hate corruption. I really hate corruption. And, I don't know that I'm associated with nice guy. But you know how they say nice guys finish last? Well, I don't feel I finish last. I don't. But, we take donations. There's a way to go to our website and donate. There's a way to call us and donate. And we appreciate that. And we've had people give large donations. We've had people give donations anticipating a narrative, and we don't run the narrative and they don't give the donation. We've had things like that happen all through. And that's not being negative to anybody. I really can't come on here and say, oh, this is really negative. If you don't want to give us money, then that's up to you. But if you want the truth to continue. Now, the reason I bring this up, he talks about Stacey Abrams, and it's true. So a year ago, I was talking to somebody and I said, I need to create revenue. The company really needs. So he said, I'm going to have somebody call you. Okay. They can help you raise revenue. So this individual calls me. I'm on the back porch smoking a cheap cigar, as you well know. I get a phone call. Hey, I was asked to give you a call. Okay, that's great. I could show you how to raise revenue. Do you want to? Sure. I need to raise revenue. Now, I will just condense it. I was given a plan on an NGO, and I was actually told, look, there's a companies out there that'll raise the revenue for you. You don't have to do nothing. They know how to go get the money for an NGO, and then you could set your salary, your assistant's salary, your expenses. You could set all that any way you want. And I said, that just something about that doesn't sound like the right thing to do. Could you roll that tape one more time?
One of the biggest scam fraud holes we've uncovered, which is really crazy, is that the government can give money to a so-called nonprofit with very few controls, and then there's no auditing subsequently of that nonprofit. So there's no. So this is where with the 1.9 billion to Stacey Abrams, they then give themselves extremely lavish, like insane salaries, expense everything to the nonprofit. Buy jets and homes and all sorts of things.
Live like kings and queens.
Yes.
On the taxpayer dime.
Correct.
I'm just telling you, I know it for a fact. They will not discuss this. Video 17, that's going to round out our morning. The magic money computers. We don't have time to do the 4-minute one. We'll do a condensed one and maybe that one later. Give me video 17, Diane.
Okay, so you may think that that the government computers all talk to each other. They synchronize. They add up what funds are going somewhere, and it's it's coherent. There's and that the numbers, for example, that you're presented as a senator, are actually the real numbers.
One would think.
One would think. They're not.
Yeah.
Okay. They're not totally wrong, but they're probably off by 5% or 10% in some cases. So I call a magic money computer any computer which can just make money out of thin air. That's magic money.
So how does that work?
It just issues payments.
And you said there's something like 11 of these computers at Treasury that are sending out trillions in payments?
They're mostly at Treasury. Some are, but there's some at HHS, there's one or two at State, there's some at DOD. I think we found now 14 magic money computers.
14, okay.
They just send money out of nothing.
$14 magic money computers. 14 magic money computers. You know, Diane, I was told growing up, money doesn't grow on trees. And I'll be damned, I got to get off this show because I think there's a tree out there somewhere. 14 magic money computers. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. When we return, we have some updates on Georgia legislation that's taking place. And then what I consider, because attorneys are always standing by, what I consider to be a very corrupt system. And we're going to continue to expose that corruption because we must bring a halt to it somehow, some way, someday. Maybe that's today. Take a break.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I am your host, BKP. You're watching the Georgia Hour on voiceofruralamerica.com. Now, the second half at 10:30, we will continue our series, if that's what you can call it, of highlighting what I call corruption and just tying the loose ends up. Now we all know this, and sadly, the only way to tie up the corruption, or what I consider corruption in Georgia, we have to delve into areas that are uncomfortable that you may not believe, but trust me, it's real. Now, before we do that, we have our legislative session going on. I want to show you something if you have not had a chance to take a look-see, as we say. Take a look-see really quick. Give me number 99. Today at noon. Now, sadly, in Georgia, our labor secretary, Georgia Labor Secretary Bruce Thompson, died. Commissioner Bruce Thompson, labor commissioner in Georgia, died. Cancer, lost his battle with cancer several months ago. In the state of Georgia, the governor has the power to appoint And today at noon, I'm not going to get stuck on this because I can get worked up. And the First Lady, Marty Kemp, the two governors will hold a press conference, not just one, both of them. And both of them will appoint a new labor commissioner in Georgia. That's today at noon. Now, I showed you this yesterday. Well, we'll go into that give me number 93. So if you go back to work, just these are going to be some brief ones here we're going to run by you. 2 miles and 40 minutes. CDC office return causes traffic jams on Clifton Road. Well, we had to go back to the office. You see what happened. Now, this one here, 90. Let's go with 90. Fonnie Willis, right? Fonnie Willis has been ordered completely stonewalling. Fulton DA violated Open Records Act judge rules. Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis office must pay more than $54,000 in attorney's fees and turn over documents it withheld for months in violation of the Georgia Open Records Act. Marietta defense attorney Ashley Merchant said she was completely stonewalled by Willis's office starting around September 2023 when she began looking into the DA's relationship with special prosecutor Willis hired. Was that Wade? Now, she has to pay $54,000, the office. And I actually think that is wrong. This should be a violation finally in Georgia somewhere that says, you know what, we have to remove her. There's got to be sooner or later. See, must pay, Fannie Willis's office must pay more than $54,000 in attorney's fees and turn over the documents. Well, it's great they have to turn over the documents. It's great that they have to pay. But the citizens of Fulton County and the office itself and the commissioners should address this right up to the level of the state. Now, here's your homework. You won't like this because you don't like homework. So give me number 91. Now, don't get worked up. Okay. Kemp seeks approval for state law officers to enforce federal immigration law. What? Now? Okay. Governor, this is after the NGOs were at the Atlanta airport processing them through. I mean, the list goes on. We could take a lot of time. Governor Brian Kemp's administration is seeking federal approval for State Department of Public Safety officers to expand participation in controversial program to allow them to perform some of the functions of the federal immigration agents. The governor said Monday the department's 1,100 sworn officers would be trained under the program known as 287G. 287G. If memory serves me right, this is where your homework. Go look up 287G. Go to 92. If you are in the country illegally and committed crimes, you have no place in Georgia, said Kemp. Is this a mirage? Is this real? Now, is Kemp turning? Is he turning a certain direction at a certain time? Was this in the deal? Is this the Kemp that on this day, I don't care what I look like? On this day, I don't care who yells. On this day, I don't care if I'm at a fish fry and you want to talk to me about voting machines and internet. On this day, I don't care. But now I'm ready to adjust. Is this going to be the Kemp that signs legislation that changes the voting system in Georgia? Who is this guy? If you are in the country illegally and committing crimes, you have no place in Georgia, said Kemp, who called it common sense measure and that aligned with President Donald Trump's immigration crackdowns. You remember that first crackdowns? Like in 2018, when you remember when you got there with your truck and everything? You remember that? The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency would oversee the training under the proposed agreement announced by Kemp's office. The Department of Public Safety includes state patrol officers, Capitol Police, and highway safety officers. Now, you cannot continue to read this without getting very upset. But this plan has been in place for quite some time for Governor Kemp to participate in. We're going to leave it there for now. Okay, so tort reform. Let's go to that one. 88. Tort reform, number 88. So remember this and pay attention. I told you what was going to happen and how to keep an eye on things, all right? Is tort reform SB 68? I don't have, okay. So here's what you watch for. Brian Kemp eyes concessions as House vote nears on litigation proposal. I have said to you all along, this is a setup. And what have I told you? That what they will do is they will take certain parts of bills and push them into other bills. Now, you have people concerned with sex trafficking. You've had multiple people concerned and show a lot of pushback in the House. So give me number 89. As Governor Brian Kemp's litigation overhaul nears a pivotal vote this week, the real arm twisting over his plan to limit certain lawsuits are beginning. Down jury awards is about to enter a new phase. Facing substantial opposition among House Republicans, the Special House Rules Committee panel tasked with handling the sweeping measure set today at 3. There's a hearing today at 3 o'clock on this. You got to pay attention to the hearing at 3. Watch what happens. We're told the governor made concessions to win over wavering House Republicans. Did he make concessions on this bill, SB 68? But the scope of changes is unclear. As is whether there will be enough support to secure passage on Thursday when the bill is expected to hit the floor. Some Republicans want to carve out exceptions to exempt victims of sexual abuse and human trafficking cases from changes that can make it harder to sue businesses accused of being complicit in the crimes. So, carve out. Governors made concessions, but the scope of the change is unclear. So let me say this to you as you watch today at 3 on tort reform for the governor. They're going to give you the impression that all these things in the House are very important. So remember, you have the Senate bill, and the governor said, I will call a special session, right? So Bo Hatchett, state senator, attorney, puts an amendment on there, on the bill, SB bill. It looks to be like a change that can be accepted. They vote on it and send it to the House. Now, if the House alters that bill, it has to go back to the Senate. It has to go back. But if the House passes the Senate bill, SB 68, the way it is today, it goes straight to the governor's desk. So the House has to look like to you, and I hate to put it this way, it gives you the impression that they're taking you serious on these other issues that you've brought up. So the carve out, watch this deal with the things that maybe you want out of this bill moved into another bill in the House. Watch what they do with these things that concern you, and they push into another House bill, so as though the tort reform bill does not have to go back to the Senate and be reworked before it gets signed. Watch this close today at 3. Now, I predict, because of you out there, I predict today that there will be movement, and I think it's HB 397, Tim Fleming's bill. Give me number 95. I put this up just because. All right. I predict there'll be movement on removing Eric, and I'll tell you why. You have done a great job removing the state of Georgia from the Eric voter registration. Eric, you have done a great job. You really have. You have proven beyond, I think, a shadow of a doubt to your state senators, to your state representatives, to the lieutenant governor. I don't think they have a leg to stand on not to get us out of Eric. I could see that happening. Now, the one thing I would caution, okay, is that they get us out of Eric. Hopefully, Governor Kemp will sign it. We'll talk about that, right? He will sign it. And hopefully, Brad Raffensperger, the Secretary of State, will follow the law. Now, we have several election laws that Raffensperger doesn't even look at. Now, the other thing that you need to be calling your state representative and senators on today is we're trying to get the paper ballots. We're trying to get other changes. We're trying to move. Now get this. We're trying to move the power out from under the Secretary of State over into the Board of Elections. Now, I don't know how all this shakes out, but right now is the time to pay attention. If you're out there, you've been working on election security. I don't call it integrity anymore. That excuse my words, but that's been bastardized so bad from certain people, grifters across the state. If you've been working on election security for years, all right, right now, eyes wide open this afternoon. Eric, paper ballots, state Board of Elections, very, very important. Today is the day. Open your eyes. Now, before we get to our last half hour and take our break, we showed you this yesterday, number 40, SB 144. Keep in mind, it could not come to the floor if Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, if he didn't bring it to the floor. This is not my you don't like, no, absolutely not. It's got nothing to do with whether I like Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones. Give me 43. But this is passed, and this is all you can do. This is it. You can't do anything else right now other than, and give me this right here. I'm going to give you something, and it's not too late. Give me number 94. Now, this is Sam Watson. Sam Watson, a farmer in Georgia. I understand he has about 500 acres, all right? If you look at that powered Roundup Power Max, I want you to go Google, now listen to me, Google RFK Jr., all right? Monsanto's, go to YouTube. RFK Jr., Monsanto's, Roundup, glyphosate, tolerant crops. If you look at the bottom of that, it says select broad spectrum weed control in Roundup Ready and other listed glyphosate tolerant crops, meaning this thing is designed to kill everything but the crop. The crops are designed to withstand this poison, and everything else dies. So go look that up and watch that video. Now go back to I had it here a minute ago. Where's the governor? This is all you could do right here. Go to 43. That's all you could do now is call the governor and ask him to veto SB 144. Then on top of that, give me number 37. This is our Truth in Education announcement. And as you can see, action alert on there, Truth in Education, HB 268. This gives I think we put it out, Diane, and who to call. And it gives you the talking points. I didn't like saying talking points, but the points that we are concerned. Student is guilty until proven innocent. Once a child is labeled, there is no removal process in this bill. This is not about school safety. It's not. Now, the last thing before we go, I want to give clarification on this. 41. Yesterday, I think this is spending based on inflation in the state of Georgia. And what this graph actually shows, and this is the way I can correct myself today, if we increased spending in Georgia at the rate of inflation, that's the green line of where we would be. Okay? So if you go back to $22 billion in 2016, and we used the rate of inflation, and we actually, because a lot of lawmakers will tell you, well, we're just trying to keep up with inflation. Really? So if you use the rate of inflation, the green line would be where you would be on spending. The red line is where we are currently at. So give me number 42. Our state spending is out of control. This graph represents spending for the last decade. The red line is spending each year. The green line would be if we merely increase spending with the inflation over that time. This is part of why I voted no. So you can see our growth on the budget, nothing Republican, conservative, fiscal, all those big words. In that, the red and the green, look at the distance of those two. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. When we return, we're going to continue what I call just opening up the truth of the level of what I consider corruption in the state of Georgia. Take a break.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCar Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching the Georgia Hour on the Voice of Rural America Network. Now, I have done several of these broadcasts where I am, I don't like corruption, okay? I just don't. I don't like corruption. And as a Christian, I've had to go and ask and for forgiveness in my life for things that have happened, and that's the core of our faith is forgiveness as Christians. And I don't like corruption. And I have watched in Georgia for years the political machine, the corrupt political machine run a circle. Now, I have to say, there's a large part of this is what I tie together as I look at it, research, and question. And that being that, everybody's litigious. Is that how you would say that? And everybody's ready to call their attorney. So this is just, you make up your own mind. I am not about to tell you this is it. I'm just going to show you some things and you decide for yourself. Now, give me 101, and I'm going to show you why I'm going this direction, because Josh McCoon is running for chair, and we're going to tie all this up. But you remember, what's this got to do with anything? Remember, Candace said, I'm going to bust Georgia's political crime syndicate wide open, done with it. So we've been waiting for a long time for Candace Taylor to bust this crime syndicate wide open. And, so we've been waiting. So I thought I would pick up where she may want me to help with what she wants to do here, bust the crime syndicate. So I'm going to help with that. She's obviously busy. Now take that down. So we are in the Georgia, all right, we're in the Georgia GOP election cycle with conventions. We have our county. Several of them were last Saturday. Several are this Saturday. Okay. And I'm going to ask some questions and they're really to get you to think. Think on your own. Make your own decisions. So now we have the majority of our county conventions come up this Saturday. And then we have our district, and then we have our state. And we'll talk about that before we close. So in Cobb County, as you well know, now this is the current chair. This is Sally Grubbs, and she is the current chair, number 54. Now, this is her Saturday. This is her Saturday at the Cherokee County Convention. She's running for first vice chair. And she seems to be busy videoing candidate for chair, David Cross, as he's speaking. And I don't know if she's videoing that for her own use or maybe Josh McCoon or whatever. But this is Sally Grubbs, and she is the current chair of the Cobb County GOP. Now, I have gotten several messages that she's leading the way here on what we're about to talk about. She claims she knows nothing about this or has nothing to do with this. But this is Sally Grubbs. Now, she's running for first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. So, Cobb County, give me number 57. Cobb County, Georgia, has actually gone backwards. We have the data, all right? Cobb County has gone backwards. Cobb County at one point used to be the ruby red Republican county of the South. I mean, it just did. And we know what happened there. And in the last 2 years, under Sally Grubb's leadership, it's actually taken a negative turn. Now, Sophia, a district chair, Cobb's got a lot of districts, very big, all right? We have like 14 where I live. I mean, these are enormous districts in Cobb. And she has a very difficult district. Now, I have been told Sophia, as a district chair, not the county chair, as the district chair in Cobb, has enormous amount of hours of knocking on doors, trying to get candidates elected, putting out signs. Every time there's a political event in Cobb, she attends. Very active. All right. Now, we're not going to go down the road of religion. Not going to do it. I am told, and I've not directly asked, that Sophia is Muslim. That's what I am told. Okay? Now, no matter how you feel, I'm a Christian. No matter how you feel, she was okay. And this is one of Cobb County's most active members, trying everything she can for years. Now, she's come up and she's running for chair. The reason I paint this out, she's running for chair of Cobb County. But they don't want her to be chair. Is it because of her religion? Absolutely not. It's because of the lack of being able to control her. Now, Sally Grubbs would like to have a third term. And she'd like for that third term to be like a Barack Hussein Obama term, as he currently just had with Joe Biden. She wants to have the ghost of running the county behind the scenes. That won't happen if Sophia is the chair. They won't do that. They'll lose control. There's a lot of rumors. They're going to yell, "Oh my God, listen to his lies." That Sally Grubbs wants to get all of the delegates in Cobb to vote as a block at the state convention, because now Sally Grubbs has 2 people running against her for first vice chair. Now, Cobb is the kind of county that can put you over the top, right? And Cobb is the kind of county that can bring her in for first vice chair, kind of county that can bring Josh in for chair. It's just there. So there is a real effort to try to control this election. So what they've done is they've gone after this nice lady. Sophia's a very nice lady. But there's one thing that they leave out, is her slate. They leave those people out. Now, in the larger counties, we don't do it in most of the small counties, but some do. But what they do is they call it a slate. So you put forward your slate, meaning Sophia would be the chair, and here is my slate. Here's my first vice chair, second vice chair of the county, the secretary. So you're running, here's your slate. This other person is running, here is their slate, and so forth. So Debbie Dooley has done several major attacks on her. We're going to talk about that. Sally says, I don't control Debbie Dooley. There's been a news organization, they call themselves, they've done a major attack. And then, obviously, there's been some calls around the state trying to get other people to get involved and attack Sophia. All right? Now, this is Sophia's slate. So as the attacks go on her, remember, these people here, very qualified, a couple of them, this is her slate. So give me video 14 before we go any further.
I Hey everyone, I'll try to be brief. My name is Andrew Mason. I'm an attorney. I live in East Cobb with my wife and 2 daughters. My wife's a teacher at Walton High School. I graduated from Kennesaw State University with a degree in international affairs, and I went to law school at the University of Georgia. During that time, I spent 8 years as an intelligence specialist in the United States Naval Reserve and on Eagle Scout. After law school, I moved to New York and worked at Sullivan Cromwell, then moved back down to work at King & Spalding. Now I'm an attorney with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Thanks, everyone.
Hi, my name is Carrie Greer, and I'm running for Assistant Secretary. And I've lived and worked and even gone to school in Cobb County over the past 22 years. Raised 3 children here, and I'm really excited to be serving or to be campaigning with Sophia on her slate, because I've worked with her in Cobb District 4. We're both House District chairs, and it's a tough area to work and bring in voters and bring in new members. But I have seen her talent, and she's amazing at networking, bringing people together, and she has such a great temperament that I could just see her leadership skills. So.
My name is Gloria Barker, and I am running for Assistant Treasurer. And I want to say I'm so happy to be on the slate with this wonderful group of people. We are united, and we have such strong faith. Each meeting starts with a prayer, and we love Cobb County and our county and our country. I moved here with my family 40 years ago, and to Cobb because of the wonderful schools, the wonderful Board of Education.
So I could go on with that. The first gentleman has a wife, 3 daughters. He's an attorney, a veteran. The other lady, I've worked with Sophia for several years. Her character, who she is, how hard she's worked. The other lady, these people, if you attack Sophia, you have to remember you're attacking all these other people. You're attacking them. Why? Why would you do that if you're Sally Grubbs? If you're Sally Grubbs, why would you not? Why would you not stand up as the chair of Cobb County GOP and say, this must end? We have 3 candidates. Please vote for our 3 candidates. Now, for some reason, and, years ago I've said this, okay? Now, she has directly threatened, give me number 55, and they have directly threatened to sue me. I'm just asking the question. So there was a time that Debbie Dooley, she's in the purple, where she would fight legislation years ago. It didn't pay the bills. So she will get angry. She will tell you she does not get paid, all the above. That's what she'll tell you. But I understand, because her career now, Debbie's career, is taking a turn that she's launched to attack. Right? She went after David Cross. When David Cross, that's Mongo, Jason Taylor, the big tall guy. I call him, no, Jason Thompson. My apologies. My apologies if your name is Jason Taylor. Jason Thompson, the tall guy on the end there, because he came after me at a meeting and got over me, and because he's real big and tall, thought he was going to intimidate, and he pointed down to me and he yelled at me. So I've called him Mongo ever since. But he is with the group. Don't forget, there's ties with him and others to Brad Raffensperger and the Secretary of State. There's ties, all right? There's the chairman, Josh McCoon. They're all in cahoots, every last one of them. So Debbie has taken on, seemed to be, she'll tweet out something racist. And Debbie remembers tweeting out something racist about me and my family. And I don't know if it made her nervous. I don't know. but she took it down. She got rid of it. But I have a copy of it, Debbie, if you ever need to see that racist tweet you put out about me and my family. You remember, Debbie? But Debbie Dooley seems to have changed her career path in life. All right? So I don't know where she works, what her job is, but her career path in life has changed to, okay, I will work to destroy people. Now, hey, I've been on that end. I don't care. All right. Debbie Dooley looked at me on a Saturday with Josh McCoon on a Saturday and said, I have your back. I know you. And on Monday, went after my ass as hard as she could go after my ass in her attacks to try to get me removed. So this is, not to belabor it, it seems to be Debbie's new career. Now, I've been told, and I'll just put it like this, I wonder if Sally Grubbs knows the going rate. Is there a going rate? Is there a deal? What does Debbie charge to attack someone? Or does she charge to attack someone? Or is it like an NGO? Like an NGO where it can't be tracked? I'm just wondering. Same thing. Now, I understand Jason Thompson may know the going rate to get Debbie to try to take someone down. He may know. I don't know that for a fact. I just hear these. Maybe it's like an NGO and can't be tracked. Maybe it's like a gift card. You never know. So moving right along, Debbie has done everything she can. Why? To take down Sophia, attack her, and go after her as hard as she can. Okay. Wonder why. Why don't you like Sophia, Debbie? Because just saying. So we'll bring that back down. Now, Cobb County. So someone may say, well, I don't think anyone would ever call you for your endorsement. Okay, maybe they won't. But if I received a phone call, because I'm going to ask a question, I like an answer. And I want to look right at the camera and tell you, Mary Clarice Holloway, I don't know you. I have nothing against you. I've listened to several of your speeches online. I appreciate you sharing your faith. I appreciate you sharing about your family. Just sounds beautiful to me. Okay? So I would think you do not want this kind of endorsement. Or were you involved in this endorsement? Or Mary Clarice Holloway, did you call and ask for this endorsement? Or did someone else call and ask? And the reason being is if someone called me and said, hey, will you endorse me? I get calls saying, hey, will you help me out? Will you endorse me for my race? First of all, I'd say, I don't know you. I can't put my name on the line no matter how they try to trash my name. I can't put my name on the line. I can't endorse you. I don't know you. Let's talk a little bit first before I endorse you. So when this came out, I questioned. I was like, wait a minute. Do you know her? So this is number 46, Candace Taylor. All right. And Candace is running for Congress in the 1st District. So if you're running for Congress, you really shouldn't get involved. It's called stay in your lane. You should not get involved. So Mary Clarice, did you call Candace? Who called Candace? Mary, do you know Candace Taylor? Are you friends? I mean, maybe you know each other. Maybe there's a background none of us know. But why would Candace Taylor step up and endorse fully Mary? Why would she? So we did this yesterday. Let's elect people who believe in Yahweh, blah, blah, blah. Our spiritual covering matters, blah, blah, blah. Cobb County is critical in Georgia. I'm sure would love to have control. I fully endorse Mary Clarice Holloway for Cobb County GOP chair to replace my dear friend Sally Grubbs, who we dodged a bullet finding this out. We dodged a bullet. So Mary Clarice Holloway, we don't know that she was brought into the race by Sally Grubbs. We don't know if Sally brought Mary Holloway into there. We don't know if Sally brought her in as a candidate. We don't know if Sally called Candace to say, can you help me? But I just know this, Mary Clarice Holloway and Sally Grubbs, her friend, to replace her. They're all in that same paragraph. Lot of smoke there and clues. Now, give me number 47. All right. Now, I do not want to go down the road of whether you like Jewish people, don't like Jewish people. I don't want to go down that road. That's up to you, how you personally feel. But I want to know, why are they going after Sophia today when they didn't go after her back when? So we dodged a bullet. This is, now look, she tagged the GOP, blah, blah, blah. She's tagged Josh, Laura Loomer, Stu Peters. Stu Peters happens to be what I call one of the largest. I think he dislikes Jews. I don't know. We won't go down that road. But Candace says, well, you remember when she was on Stu's show and the Georgia GOP had to distance themselves from her? So she tags Bannon, she tags Peters, War Room, Gwinnett County. Not here. Not here. No. But so there you go. Now, this is the same woman, right? 48. And we're going to get into this in just a minute because I just want to know, and this is how it works in Georgia. All right. Don't talk to me about separation of church and state. We are the church and we run the state. Jews, Muslims, and there is a video here. I'm just not going to play it. Buddhists don't get to silence us. Okay, Jews, Muslims. She put Jews and Muslims in the same sentence, and Buddhists, right? Now that's how she feels. That's what she said. Video's out there online. Go see it. All right? Now, remember when the Georgia GOP, number 45, had no choice. Remember that? When they had no choice? So here it is. 45, this is the statement. Remember, we showed you this yesterday. The Georgia Republican Party has long been clear in its condemnation. Recently, Republican Party chairman of the Southeast Georgia Congressional District, Candace Taylor, appeared on a program hosted by Stu Peters. Remember that? And Florida-based anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist radio show. This is what the Georgia GOP said. Christian nationalist. He also regularly promotes white supremacist beliefs on his show. This is the Georgia GOP and social media, and he engaged in Holocaust denial. This is Georgia GOP. This is not me. They had to do this, right? But then Sally, maybe Sally, Debbie, maybe Debbie, right? Josh, maybe Josh. They all double back, maybe, to go after Sophia, and they get Candace. Now, I want to know, Mary Clarice Holloway, do you know Candace Taylor? Do you? Why would she endorse? Did she talk to you? Are you aware of this, Mary? Because you're a nice person. I can tell by the video. This is a nice person. All right. Social media, and he is engaged in Holocaust denial during the program. Taylor affirmed anti-Semitic comments made by the program host. Candace Taylor does not speak for the Georgia Republican Party. The Georgia Republican Party firmly rejects the comments and age-old, expressed by Peters. I can't read it. Obviously, without enlarging it, obviously, these comments are not representative values of the Georgia Republican Party. Taylor has apologized for her statements and expressed her unequivocated, is that it? Support for Israel. Sorry about that. All right. And the Jewish community. They had to put this out and force her to apologize. She had to come out and apologize. This is the guy. This guy right here, Holocaust denier, wherever you feel. That's not what this segment about. Wherever you feel, Holocaust denier. Now, remember this right here, because she was forced. Now, there's a difference in apologizing, and there's a difference in forced. Now, this is of my opinion. Ready? There was a deal made with Candace in the 1st District. That's my opinion. And she was told, you apologize or we may pull the deal. Oh, wow. That's what I think could have happened. Because this is the guy that she's on the show. Remember number 85, right? Number 85. So, Diane, tell me if it's a yes or no, but can I go about 15 minutes late? If it's a no because you got something to do, tell me and I'll get out. All right, this is Candace Taylor, right? Now, this guy here, I'm not knocking this guy. He's allowed to believe what he wants. I don't come on my show. I don't go after him. I don't care. I believe in America. You believe what you want. Do what you want, okay? But, right? He's walking down a dirt road with an automatic weapon, flannel shirt, and that's a noose. That is a noose. I actually have that, right? Nuremberg County line. Candace, which this guy is who her kids call Uncle. Yes, Uncle Stu. All right. She retweeted, "This is real America. People forget. This is real America. People forget." Appling County School District. Now, she still has her job. How does she do this and still have her job? All right. Now, so this is the person going after Sophia. Now, this is where it gets deep. Candace said, 101, she was going to bust this thing wide open. And Candace has led you to believe. Now, she'll go after me. She hates me. She calls me a liar. I mean, when Candace first started going after me when I was first vice chair, I sent her a message and said, hey, if you've got anything to say to me, I mean, I'm not judging her. It's not my place, but you're supposed to be a Christian. I'm a Christian. You should call me if there's something out there that concerns you. You should confront me. But I never heard from her. She goes on social media and prays for me. Oh, wow. Now, I met Candace, right? Give me number 86. Now, this is what I think, okay? I think Candace has always been a plant. And I'm going to show you. I think she's always been a plant in Georgia. And in the state of Georgia, we use these all the time. Now, this is where... Now, in 2020, we had a special election for Senate. And Candace ran for Senate. She's never run. She didn't run for school board. She didn't run for mayor. She didn't run for 1st District, whatever, commissioner. She runs for Senate, jumps right out, runs for Senate. Now, she runs to the right, to the far right, okay? Brian Kemp appointed Kelly Loeffler. Brian Kemp supported Kelly Loeffler. Brian Kemp wanted to try to do everything he could to keep Doug Collins out of the Senate because he appointed Kelly Loeffler. So what do? This is my opinion. You get somebody to go right into Doug's district, the 9th, the 14th, and make all kinds of friends over in the 14th. You do everything you can to help campaign against Doug Collins. That's my opinion. Because I met Candace in Stevens County, 2020 COVID. I met her. You see on the bottom, right? There's Kelly Loeffler, Doug Collins. You can see on the bottom there, Candace Taylor got 40,349 votes. So I meet this person for the first time in Stevens County. We're standing there talking, and I said, "Hi, how are you? Where are you from?" I think she said Baxley, Georgia, down the south. And I said, "Really?" So I don't know where this is at in 2020. And I said, "How long does it take you to get up here?" And she said, 6 hours or whatever. I said, "Well, okay. Why are you in the 9th district where Congressman Collins is from? Why are you up here campaigning?" Right? And I said this, I said, I would think in your district, the 1st district, you can make 5 or 6 campaign stops a day in that area, try to focus on certain areas close, but you're 6 hours away in a district that, actually, this is where the congressman's from. And at that time, I thought, this is a little interesting. So my thought, and I'll put it together, I can go much deeper if you want, is the goal was to take votes, not enough, but take votes, but also campaign in the 14th and campaign in the 9th in the 2 areas to the far right, to the 2 areas that Doug Collins should have brought in that ended up going to Kelly Loeffler. That's my thought. That's when I first thought something doesn't add up here. Then she runs for governor, right? She runs for governor. And number 87. And I could show you all of these, right? She runs for governor and she gets 41,000 votes for governor, 3.4%. It's not enough votes added on to David Perdue for him to win. But at this time, remember, we started out with Vernon Jones in the race, and Vernon Jones was going for Donald Trump's endorsement for governor to run against Brian Kemp, really before David Perdue got in and Vernon Jones got out. And we know that Candace and all the things they attacked Vernon Jones. All right. Candace went after Vernon Jones on a daily basis. Debbie Dooley, Candace Taylor. So she did her part in the governor's race, my opinion, to campaign hard to the right, pull away from David Perdue, go after Vernon Jones. Now she'll say, well, I went after Brian Kemp. I don't know. Kelly Loeffler, Senate, Brian Kemp appointee, I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at something here. But now she pops up for governor because Senate, now governor, Brian Kemp's race. Interesting. So now she's running for the 1st district. So I'm thinking to myself, give me number 79. If she went after Brian Kemp the way she went after Brian Kemp and she went after, everyone else, then do you not think behind the scenes someone would have the power or someone would be able to look at, she's made all these Jewish comments. She goes on Stu Peters, and I don't care. Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care. But in any other school system in the state, you may be dismissed, right? So in 2019, she works for Appling County Board of Education. In 2019, she's a high school counselor. She makes $77,000. Okay. So that's, give me number 20. Right? $2020, she's the director of student services for the county. She goes up to $84,000. Little travel money in there. Guess she has to go around to the different parts of the schools in the county. But this is the year she runs for Senate. Now, she goes from 2019 as a high school counselor, $77,000. She decides she's running for Senate, and she gets moved to 2020. She gets moved to $84,000, and she's now the county, all right, Appling County Board of Education. She's the director of student services. Okay, looks like she got a raise, got a promotion, running for Senate. Now 2021, she bumps up again to $88,000. Her travel's a little more. Director of Student Services, 2021. Now, I think, this is what I think, she took a leave of absence in 2022 to run for governor, all right? And she runs for governor, and she gets, she drops to number, this is the next one, 82, and this is 2022. She runs for governor. And Candace Taylor, she's the director of student services. She drops to $69,000. Now, I don't know, this is the fiscal year of 2022, but I don't know the reason in the drop. Maybe, some personal time off to run for governor. I don't know, but it drops a little bit there. Now, you would think running for Senate, running against these very powerful people, you would think once you dropped in on Governor Kemp and went after him, that you wouldn't concede the race, right? You've made all these Jewish, Muslim statements out there that it would be probably, we don't know if we need you to be the director of student services. Okay? But 2022, she runs for governor. 2023, right? That's 83. She jumps up to 91,000. Now, this is a person, it's okay. I mean, you work in the school system, you work for the government, right? But this is a person that has traveled and gone to the right, and our elections are corrupt, and the machines are corrupt. And she has said so many things, all right? And this is, now wait a minute. I don't care. I'll get to the next one. I'll tell you, because I don't care. But I want you to keep this in mind. All right? Now, for some reason, so this is 2023. She jumps up to 91,307. 2024. 2024. She jumps up to 96,279. She's the director of student services in a county in Georgia. Now, let me just touch a couple quick things. All right. While she's 2024, now in that time frame, right? Her salaries increased $19,000. So when she started running for Senate, she got a promotion from high school counselor to the entire county director of student services, running for Senate right out of the box. Then she jumps all the way up. She runs for governor. Now she is the chair of the 1st District, GOP 1st District. She is the person that they used to send the official. That's what I've been told. I've never been able to see my accuser. She is the person, Candace Taylor, that that sent the official, all right, notification requesting my removal from the Georgia GOP first vice chair. She is the one, all right? Seems like all the way through, she goes out and she yells that, she's to the right and she's stopping corruption and she's fighting this. But she actually works for the system. She works in the system. She works in the school system. And she doesn't, well, we'll go there later. Now, she's up to 96,279. So since she starts running for Senate and choosing to run for Senate, she has a good promotion. That's okay. She has a good promotion. And then in this time limit, she increases her salary $19,000. Okay, that's no problem. But let me say this, and this is where I don't care what you believe. I don't care what you believe. But in Appling County, Georgia, the director of student services for the entire county, all right, the director of student services, my understanding, she does not believe we landed on the moon. That's my understanding. She does not believe we landed on the moon. My understanding. My understanding, she thinks the earth is flat. That's my understanding from videos where she's put out stuff and she's talked about globes, right? And she's been on podcasts with flat earthers. Now, if you're out there today and you think the earth is flat, okay. If you're out there today and you don't think we landed on the moon, okay. Right? If you're out there today and you got 3.4% in the governor's race and you actually think you won, okay. All right? If you're out there today and you think number 85, she didn't lose her job, right? If you're out there today and you think that someone with a noose and an automatic weapon is America, real America, okay, if you are. But also, the director of student services? How does that work? Just wondering. Because somehow she could say, do anything she chooses. Now, just saying. So let me go back to this right here as we close. All right. And this is the Georgia GOP. Georgia GOP, and I have more. We have more. We're going to put up there. They hate me. They have, oh my God. They hate me like you would not believe. So, number one, rolling it out, Diane, give me number. Sorry about this. I've got to pull this up, Diane, and get it correct so I can get you and me out of here. Number 55, Cobb County. Why? Debbie Dooley. Why? Is, question mark, is she being funded? Why? Why does she hate Sophia? Question mark. Why? Right? Then you have right here, number 46. Bring it around. Why did someone contact Candace Taylor, or did they contact Candace Taylor and her dear friend Sally Grubbs? I wonder if Sally Grubbs would ever condemn any of these things we brought up today. But I fully endorse Mary Clarice Holloway. I wonder if Mary Clarice Holloway, very nice person, is going to say, well, wait a minute, I did not know this. Maybe I want to say I don't accept your endorsement, right? Maybe. Or are you friends? Do you go way back with Candace? What is the deal? And don't forget, all right, I just want to bring this up while they're going to claim an attack. I want to bring this up right here. Give me number 96. All right. And this is, I'm going to bring this up. And I want to ask all of you to do something, if you would. Now, there's John Fredericks, probably the worst thing that ever happened to Georgia politics. He is the Godzilla of bullshit. Now, they call this the Peach Crew. That's Marcy, and she has her own day. She has Marcy Day, and, you know, she's the chair of the DeKalb County GOP. All right. Now we have Debbie up here in the corner, Debbie Dooley. All right. Debbie, how much? I don't know. How much does it cost to get you to try to take somebody down? Then you have over here with the glasses, you have Sally Grubbs. All right. And then you have Mallory Staples with the Freedom Caucus in Georgia. I'm going to look at the camera and tell you, we all need to nicely tell Mallory Staples we support her, because I still do. And we support the Freedom Caucus and we appreciate the work. But Mallory, if this is the group you continue to work within, that would be a problem in the future. So Mallory, we love you, we like you, we support the Freedom Caucus, but you need to think this out. Now, 101, don't forget, all we're doing, because I don't think Candace has time. Remember, Candace said, I'm going to bust the Georgia political crime syndicate wide open. She's done with it. Well, she's busy, and we're just helping. That's all we're doing. Now, don't forget, number 51. Oh, go to 57. Can you go to 57? This is Sophia for Cobb County GOP chair. I'm not endorsing her. I'm not supporting her. But everybody else, get the hell out of the way of Cobb County and let their delegates and their people decide on who they want to lead the way for Cobb County in the upcoming election cycle. She legally is on the ballot. She's on there. She was legally in Cobb County able to be one of your district chairs. Let the people decide. If they don't want her, they won't vote for her. And last but not least, number 51. This is the MAGA Forum GOP candidate, Thursday, April 17th. Put this on your calendar. There is a fee because there'll be a dinner. And it's a business casual dress. And at this time, State Chairman David Cross, candidate for State Chairman David Cross, Josh McCoon has not confirmed at this time that I'm aware of. First Vice Chair, you have Sally Grubbs, Alice Olenek, and Lisa Pierce. Lisa Pierce is outside of Georgia. I've been looking into all of these candidates. Noreen Cantor for Second Vice Chair, Lori McLean, and Jeff Della Maggioro? I'm sorry, Jeff. My sincere apology. Treasurer Susie Voiles, Cinderella Nix, and 9th District Chairman Brian Parker. Tom Talbot is the contact, Ron Hooper, and there you go. April ticket cutoff sales, April 13th. This will be a great event. And they didn't call me. I want to make sure you understand. They didn't call and ask me, and they don't have to call and ask me. But I will say I approve of Alex Jones being the moderator there. I think Alex will do a great job. I'm way over time. Folks, I will be back here tomorrow morning. I'm not suicidal. I love life. I love my wife. I love my dogs. I love my children. I love my grandchildren. And I love a cheap cigar. I'll be back at 8 a.m. Just saying. Later.